Today we are evaluating Steep Tea, a Canadian loose-leaf tea company that operates under the direct sales approach. Instead of operating their own sales force, Steep Tea sell their product through independent consultants. The consultants are independent business owners, predominantly women, interested in a part-time income, who run tea parties in people's homes. Tea kits are sold to consultants for $250. Each kit includes a selection of custom blends and accessories. The products are quite popular, with an average of $500 in sales per tea party. Consultants make 25% commission on everything that they sell. They also make a percentage on their recruit sales. Bonuses and incentive trips are also rewarded to consultants for reaching goals and objectives. Steep Tea currently have over 5,000 consultants across North America. The founders, Adam and Tanya Jashan, are a couple from Hamilton, Ontario. Tanya had a sales background as a rep from an electrical equipment supplier and also had experience with a direct selling company. Adam, chemical engineer, owned 3 Subway franchises and knew a lot about software systems, localized marketing, and setting up effective training programs for retail sales. Together, they combined their expertise to create Steep Tea. In 2005, while on vacation in Nova Scotia to avoid stress after a failed pregnancy, Adam and Tanya found a loose-leaf tea called Cream of Earl Grey, which blew them away. The business idea wasn't formed immediately. What was formed was a love for the loose tea flavor, one far superior to run-of-the-mill bagged tea. Tanya decided to bring back some tea for friends and family, and after hosting a couple parties of her own, Tanya was asked to host at other people's houses. Within 6 months, she was hosting 15 tea parties per month, and the business idea was born. They began working in the Hamilton area, then branched out, spanning coast to coast in Canada before venturing into the massive and daunting U.S. market in 2012. Tanya and Adam decided to try to make the premium loose-leaf tea a norm and empower others to start a business of their own while becoming passionate entrepreneurs, all while sharing a cup of tea. In 2012, Steep Tea were looking to venture into the U.S. market. As their direct sales approach was growing quickly in Canada, they turned to the dragons of CBC's Dragon's Den. Now, we all know that Dragon's Den is made for TV entertainment. Not everything shown on it represents reality, and many accepted deals never actually consummated. But in the case of Steep Tea, 3 Dragons offers were presented. They eventually partnered with Jim Trey Living and David Chilton for an initial investment of $250,000 for 20% stake in their company. This investment through Dragon's Den created great exposure for the business and gave them the initial capital and partner expertise to tackle the vast U.S. market. After Dragon's Den, Tanya and Steep Tea have gone on to win several awards, including Profit 500, Canada's fastest growing companies in 2013 and 2014, and Chatelaine Profit W100, Canada's top female entrepreneurs in 2013 and 2014.
Tanya and Adam demonstrate entrepreneurship in a number of ways. They begin with the genuine love of a product that they desire to share. They recognize that tea is not a new product, but they saw the value in drinking tea loose rather than bagged, thereby doing an old thing in a new way. The Jashans recognized an opportunity to add value by providing and delivering a great product into people's homes, which also promotes social interaction and sharing. A secondary product of their business is the opportunity to become a consultant, which gains them both a loyal customer and a new distribution network. Tanya and Adam recognized the presence of an opportunity when people wanted to purchase the tea and host their own tea parties. As tea is the most popular drink on the planet next only to water, it's clear that customer demand is predictable. As a consumable product, it needs to be frequently replenished, ensuring repeat orders, provided they are building loyalty to the brand by giving great service and providing wonderful products. Drinking loose tea has recently been growing in popularity. An article in The Economist credits Teavana for restarting this trend in North America in 1997 and has been steadily growing since then. Tea has been around for thousands of years and is still incredibly popular, so durability is a given. What may not be durable is the direct sales model. While it's working well now, and will continue to do so for the foreseeable future, major cultural shifts could impact the model and require Steep Tea make changes, such as listing their products in stores. However, barring any sweeping cultural shifts and drastic change, their model is stable as is. It can be tricky to pinpoint the cause of a trend, but the success of Teavana in the US and Canadian markets has caused a major boost in tea culture. Tea consumption has always been strong in Canada due to our British roots, but consumption is set to rise significantly in the coming years, and consumers are excited to explore the many varieties, applications, and settings for drinking tea, much like wine tasting or microbreweries.
So let's consider what category of entrepreneurship Adam and Tanya best fit with, looking first at craftspeople. Adam and Tanya's professional history wasn't connected to the tea industry. Originally, they simply sampled a product, discovered a love for it, and wanted to share it with their friends and family. Their real professional expertise centered on supplier relationships, direct sales, and setting up effective operations. Although these skills set them up for success, they were business-focused skills rather than craft-focused skills. Next, let's look at freedom fighters. Although Hatem and Tanya were just starting a family at the time of founding their business, the business idea wasn't primarily driven by a desire to be in business for themselves. They saw a high growth opportunity that their skill set would enable them to accelerate, and they wanted to seize that. So that takes us to the mountain climber. This descriptor is a perfect fit for Hatem and Tanya. They are part of the 2% who focus on a growth strategy. And even when they're successful, they still seek more. They began in 2006 and were incredibly successful in Canada's market, but they still saw an opportunity for further growth into the US, which brought them to the Dragon's Den. They wanted an investment for expansion, even while growth was organically occurring in the Canadian market. Since then, they've grown into the US market and have been recognized with numerous awards in relation to their growth. Hatem and Tanya are great examples of what effectuation looks like in practice. Although they did strive for growth, they didn't function based on causation or beginning with a definitive end goal in mind. Instead, they've worked step by step to identify what the next smart move is within their means, whether it's expanding their inventory from being housed in their garage to a warehouse, or abandoning the development of an expensive communication channel for their consultant in favor of something simpler and out of the box. This fluidity in thinking showcases Hatem and Tanya's ability to adjust and correct both their approaches and goals as needed based on outcomes.
A study in 2008 revealed that tea consumption actually increases throughout adulthood in both men and women in response to a growing interest in the health benefits of tea. Specialty teas currently make up 60% of the total tea market share in Canada and do not appear price sensitive as they fall into a luxury good category that caters to the need for small indulgences. The growth for this particular market is huge, as it is expected to grow 40% by 2020. Tea is currently the 5th most popular beverage, with nearly 10 billion cups consumed each year, and approximately half of all Canadians drink tea on a weekly basis. Over the next several years, steep tea will face fierce competition due to existing and new arrivals to market, such as Teopia, the Tea House, Truvana, and Seven Sisters Tea. The demographics from the end user profile was used to determine the total available market. The TAM for steep tea is the amount of annual revenue expressed in dollars per year. This represents what steep tea could have earned if it achieves 100% of the market share. To calculate TAM, it was determined how many end users exist based on primary market research. Also included is an estimated annual growth rate. As this does not directly affect TAM, it is useful data and indicates a positive growth number and a good indicator of a healthy market. Although the size of the retail loose-leaf tea market and the share of this market held by competitors are key to assessing the competitive environment, conclusive to the market share information is unable to be obtained from various sources. Key assumptions regarding steep tea's current market share has been obtained from annual revenues compared to the total market revenues to create steep tea's share of available market.